say?
Oh, my God, Luke. What did you do to him? Ross, sweetheart, time to wake up. Come on. Well, don't just stand there. At least you can do is get him some water since you are the one who did this to him.
Well, it's not my fault the guy's got a glass jaw.
Oh, well, just, would you please get me some water and an ice pick pack?
Sure, coming right up.
No, don't go yet. Help me get him onto the couch.
Let him wake up on the floor. The guy's a wimp.
Luke.
Sure, make me the bad guy. Always with the bad guy.
Ross, I'm so sorry.
I don't think he can hear you.
I had no idea that Luke could attack you like that. Your forehead must be pounding. I will get the water and the ice pack. You go get some firewood because it is freezing in here and I don't want Ross getting a cold on top of everything else.
No, not on top of everything else.
No, hey, watch your step, would you? I saw a huge mess out by the front door.
I'll handle it.
Oh, Ross, I am so sorry. I had just no idea that Luke was going to be so possessive, you know? Which is really a double standard because God knows he flirts with all those bleach blonde mobster moles any times that he wants. And, well, maybe it's true that I was trying to make him jealous, but I think you're a great guy, you know? Great.
Okay, you can stop coming on to the dead guy. He's gone.
Oh God, that was revolting. I want disinfectant. I want a long hot soapy shower.
Just calm down.
No, I want this over. I want that body out of my house and out of my life. That's
I told
it.
you I'm going to take care of it.
I'm calling the police right now.
you're
And I'm
not.
making a full confession.
No, you're not. You're going to keep your mouth shut.
Tracy saw me. She's gonna turn me in.
You're going to keep your mouth shut until we figure out what happened.
Oh, really? Listen, there is no we, okay? I am the one who woke up next to that corpse. I am the one who probably killed him, and I am the one who's probably going to prison, okay? So it's my future, and stop telling me what to do.
It's my future, too. Mine. Because this is my life. And because you are my partner, and you are my friend, and because my life was a hell of a lot more empty before you came into it, and I'm not about to lose you now. Not over this. So we're just going to calm down. And we're going to think it through. And we're going to handle it. Together.
Where's Ross?
I wrapped him in the rug and put him in the crawl space like we planned. He'll be okay there for a couple of hours, but we need to get him on ice as soon as we find a freezer.
Can we just bury him?
No, you can't bury him. If they find him and he's buried, then they're going to think you killed him for sure. We just find a nice walk-in freezer that nobody's using.
Oh, sure. Yeah, a convenient walk-in freezer.
Look, it's only until we find out who killed him.
Of course nobody's gonna notice us shoving Ross's body into a freezer. I mean, why would anybody notice that a police detective is missing?
I'm only trying to buy us some time, Skye.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Well, I may have a way to keep Ross alive. Well, we've got his ID and what looks to be about $3,000 in cash.
Seems a little high for an honest detective.
Yeah, but pocket change for somebody on the take. And we got his badge, we got his gun.
You know, this is all very interesting, but how will this help us avoid a police investigation into his disappearance?
It looks like our boy was into the latest technology.
What's that?
It's a wireless computer, used for text messaging, sending and receiving emails.
Oh, great. Why don't we just email the PCPD and turn ourselves in?
I got a better idea. What if Ross emails his office and says he's on a lead and he'll be out of touch for a little while? And then we'll go through his email account.
And we can see who he's been communicating with.
Now the synapses are starting to snap, aren't they? Yeah, maybe we'll find out who killed him and who set you up. One small glitch here. The not-so-dearly departed used a password.
Ugh. So much for checking his emails.
No, we'll get in. We just have to figure out what the password is.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not psychic. I mean, there must be at least 10 billion possibilities.
Well, let's think this thing through. Usually people use a number like your phone number, birth date, or maybe the name of their... What?
It's Jax.
Oh.
He's watching us.
Okay. Well, let him in. Don't look guilty.
Okay. Jax, what are you doing here?
I owe you an apology. Tracy made yet another overture, and I diverted her by pointing her in your direction.
What would Tracy want with me?
Well, she's working up another scheme against Edward, and I suggested you as a potential partner.
Well, that's a horrifying thought.
Exactly. So if she's bothering you, then...
No, Tracy's not a problem at all.
Well, Tracy's always a problem. That's, I just want to know if there's anything I can do to help.
Actually, Tracy did stop by earlier, but I didn't have time because, as you can see, I'm entertaining Luke this evening.
Right, I see that.
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for your concern. But we can handle Tracy.
Oh, yeah, Jax, I appreciate the offer, but thanks.
So everything's all right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, then I guess I'll be heading out. You enjoy your evening.
You too.
The way he was looking at me, he suspects something. I know it.
Stop it. We're on the verge of solving this mystery.
Oh, you're right. Next, you're going to tell me you actually came up with the password.
I did. It's his...
Really?
It's his badge number. How simple is that? Yeah, it's booting up now. We're in. Oh, man, this is great. That was so simple. Okay, now Ross is going to tell his friends at the cop shop that he's alive and kicking. The top road, bevaarlijk.
What are you doing?
Denken.
All right, you know what? I can't take much more of this.
Much more what?
There's a dead cop in my laundry room crammed into a rented freezer.
Sweetheart, that's the only way we can keep the guy from turning ripe.
Yeah, well, you said that was going to be a temporary solution. Have you come up with a more permanent one?
Yeah. To solve the murder. Did you happen to remember anything else?
No.
Well, I'm not surprised. You were so blasted when you staggered out of the casino.
I must have killed him.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Look, he can't stay in my house much longer. Freezer or no freezer, so what's the plan?
Well, Ross is having some very productive emails with his boss. Did you know all the cops hate Lansing?
Yeah, well, that's a surprise.
They're also pretty worried about Mac and his recovery. But our boy is still working on his case. It's a very complicated case. Could take years if necessary.
Okay, you know what? Let's try this again, shall we? What is the plan?
You're so cute when you do.
Oh, you know what? Just forget it. I'm gonna think of something myself. Just forget I even bothered you.
Another freezer.
That's it?
For now.
You want to move Ross Duncan's body into another freezer? That's actually your idea of a solution.
Well, we're going to have to, aren't we? Since you don't want him stashed next to your pork chops and frozen peas.
Well, look, listen. I have to know that there's a plan in mind before I see Tracy today. Now, she is going to be at that memorial.
Tracy thinks I punched out your one-night stand. What's the problem?
What if she gets suspicious? I need to know that everything is being taken care of.
But it is. All we gotta figure out is who, besides you, could have put the guy on ice.
That could take all summer.
So we need to find a remote freezer.
Now, listen, I cannot have a dead cop in my house in a freezer, especially since I'm the one who probably killed him with an ice pick when I was drunk.
Blaze, calm down. We'll find somewhere to stash him. Question is where? Freezers. Go away. It's open. Hello.
Hey. We were wondering if you've seen the paper about Nikolas.
Yep, I saw it.
Nikolas had great respect for you, and Lucky and I would both appreciate it if you went to the memorial.
Sure. When bacon takes wing. You think I belong at Nikolas Cassadine's memorial?
Asking you to the memorial was my idea. Lucky tried to talk me out of it.
Well, see, Emily, that's because Lucky knows when Cassadines die, I usually dance. Right now, I'm holding myself back from a jolly jig.
I think Laura would want you to be there.
Do you? Well, you're probably right. She probably would want that if she had any idea what was going on, but you see, she doesn't. And one of the major reasons she doesn't is because Nikolas, with the help of my son, kept me from getting to her when I still could have reached her.
Look, I didn't mean to upset you.
Look, I'm sorry you lost your boyfriend, but nobody asks me to grieve for Cassadines.
I was hoping that you could grieve for Laura's son and for Lucky and Lulu's brother. Nikolas respected you, but he didn't need you. Your family, your children do.
Let's go.
Thanks for stopping by. You gonna get sloshed before the memorial? Pour me a double.
Are you going?
Well, somebody's gotta prop you up.
You're a much nicer man than you let on, you know.
But seriously, folks, do you want to ride there?
That sounds good.
Great. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunset. We'll put the top down on the old Cadillac, and maybe the wind will give us some inspiration about what to do with the B-O-D-Y.
We're going to have a family dinner here after the service, Alice, so if you would ask Cook to get a roast and a ham out of the freezer.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a very good idea. You know, cleaning out your freezer every once in a while to make room for an extra rump roast.
Lucky's up front. You might want to let him know you're here.
That isn't necessary.
Come on, come here. Take a look.
Okay, come on, dear. Come on. Okay.
What was it you guys used to call yourselves? The Gang of Four?
The Four Musketeers.
Not very original.
Gave us words for the bond we felt. I'm gonna miss him, Dad.
I know.
I'm glad you came. I realize it was probably more for Skye than me or Nikolas, but it's nice to know you're around.
Thank you all for coming to celebrate the life of Nikolas Cassadine.
I was holding my daughter last night, and I was thinking, what would be the most impressive thing that I could tell her about Nikolas? And I knew right away that it was his capacity to love. He had wisdom beyond his years about love. He loved so generously and so genuinely. I really truly think that he believed that it could conquer all odds. And I know that he believed that it could rise strong and steady before people who would continually try to tear it down. I will miss my nephew for the rest of my life. I'm so glad he loved you, Emily.
Every little girl who hears the story of Cinderella waits for the day her own prince will come. She tries on her mother's shoes, pretending it's the glass slipper. She waltzes by herself in the dark of her room, imagining that she's in her prince's arms. And then reality sets in, and the little girl realizes that princes live in fairy tales and rarely in the real world. But I was incredibly lucky. Not only did I find a real-life prince, but he loved me as much as I loved him. I beat the prince odds, at least for a while. Alexis, you said that you learned something new about love from Nikolas, and that it struck my heart, because I did too. I learned of its fearsome strength, that it was stronger than age-old vendettas and plots and lies, that it was stronger than cancer. And yes, I'm learning now that it's stronger than death. Nikolas may not be here in this room with us, but I can feel his love all around. And I know that if he could speak to us, he would tell us to love and to value each other.
Oh, stop it. No more of this sanctimonious drivel and from all of you lying hypocrites. Everyone in this room is responsible for Nikolas's death. And I vow on all that is unholy that every one of you will pay. None of you will escape my wrath. Everyone who played a part in Nikolas's death will end up as cold and still as he is today. Oh, Luke Spencer, for foisting your miserable excuse for a wife on my family and then forcing her to turn her spineless back on her eldest son, and then killing the father that Nikolas should have had, and leaving him at the mercy of that worthless Stefan. Oh, and Alexis. Oh, little Alexis, for encouraging Nikolas to turn his back on his rightful legacy. And the Quartermaines? Oh, the Quartermaines, they allowed their mongrel stepdaughter to seduce my grandson from his calling as the future of his family. But most importantly,
All right, that concludes the freak show portion of this evening's entertainment.
I will not be silenced by you.
The hell you won't. Nikolas got a raw deal, you're right. But not from Alexis, not from Emily, not from the Quartermains. Nikolas had the bad fortune to be the only human being to ever fall off your demented family tree. He was a decent kid, no thanks to you and your kind. Everything good about him was because of his mother. Everything. Now, I chose not to get close to him. But I knew him well enough to know he wouldn't want you here spitting venom at the people he loves. So, I'm gonna do one last thing to honor my wife's son. I'm giving you the heave-ho out of his memorial service. You can go voluntarily, or it'll be my pleasure to drag you out by your dripping fangs.
This is not the last time you people will hear from me.
Maybe not, but that's it for this evening.
Deny it all you want. Somewhere deep down inside, you had real respect for Nikolas.
He was a thorn in my side. That wasn't all that bad.
You know, some days I like you more than others.
You know, that's a real half-hearted compliment. But I'll take it.